Hey guys, it's Wake here. I want to do a follow-up on my mixed units uh, video. I was so excited that I quickly got that video out without really showing you really some cool possibilities of that, because I just did the cavalry thing thinking, oh, this is really cool for myself, but for other people they're like, well, maybe that's not so cool. So here's what I'm going to show you. Alright, it's 100% possible to have cavalry, archers, spearmen all mixed in the same unit, and actually more than that. I don't know what the upper limits of variety are in units. Again, I'm gonna wait to see what some unit modders can do once they really start playing around with it. But these guys are working 100%. So you'll see in a minute here they do start firing the back line here. And the other cool thing is it's all variable within the DB files. Like you can change up where at in the unit certain things are. Like I think I have these mounted standard bearers here in the middle. I can't remember where I put there's some just mounted bodyguard guys that I threw into the unit too. Some people could have officer models they put in here, something like that. The archers are here in the back. I don't it might take some figuring out to see where putting what ends up where in the unit. It might be that archers are kind of hard-coded to be in the back. I'm not sure. They have to be something we play around with. But spearmen in the front, and the archers do work. So one of the most, again, I get so excited about this because I'm a big Total War guy, and I love modding and realism and all those things that go into my mods and some of the other mods in the community. And this is just a really exciting thing because we're talking about big units here. You could have even larger units with really mixed unit variation. You could even for like regular, if you wanted to have like a spearman unit that had a lot of variety to it, you know what I mean? You could do that in the system even more so than like, some of the prior Total Wars. One thing I'm thinking of that had a lot of variation was the Medieval Kingdoms mod for Attila. That one has a lot of unit variation, which I really liked. And this, you could do that. You could go beyond that with this. I mean, the scope is huge. And not just that, but practical game approach stuff like having archers built into the unit. So these archers do work. They're going to start firing here in a second. The other thing that I wanted to say was with my mod, I'm going to try and concentrate on is, I started talking about this in the other video, was I like realism. I want to have as much realism as possible, but I'm a big fan also of Dynasty Warriors. And so, more so with this, see, there you go, there's the archers fire. More so with this game and my mod approach to this game as opposed to other Total Wars, this is going to be more of a low fantasy kind of realism battle, but still fantasy-esque elements. And one of the fantasy-esque elements is going to be the heroes, because I want to really emphasize heroes in my mod and have them be really cool. So they'll be different than what they are in vanilla for certain, way different, but they're still going to be way better than like realistic. They're not going to be realism. So, but I do want to concentrate, and what I think with CA kind of maybe drop the ball a little bit on here is pike and crossbow, which I'm not a expert on Chinese warfare, especially ancient Chinese warfare, but from what I understand, especially during this area, the armies were much more composed of crossbow and pike, emulating sort of a pike and shot, but more of a pike and crossbow kind of battle than what we're getting right now in the vanilla game. So this kind of mixed unit is extremely exciting for that approach, if you want to say, to that kind of to making a mod that emulates that kind of thing. So again, this is my mod battles are much slower. I mean, you can already tell we're at, I think this is a 10-minute battle, 4 minutes in. So a vanilla battle would be already over at this point. This is a really bad formation. These guys are peasants. Another thing I've messed with is spacing. So I mean, there's literally thousands of things I could talk about that I changed here, just to relate that. I understand people who have been used to vanilla are looking at this and probably aren't used to what they're seeing. And at a certain point I do, just to show you it's possible, and again, this all, I mean, this, for somebody who's been playing Total War for as long as the franchise has been around, this is a huge deal for modding. This is big. And I'm super excited about it. That's why I made one video very quickly, and I'm making another now just to show you the possibilities, because it's going to be awesome, hopefully. I dismount these guys here in a little while just to show you the possibilities here, or that it can do. See, again, another thing, this isn't working exactly how I want it to. The mod is, again, a work in progress, but these cavalry that are included in the unit are using everything in the game. Actually, I'm gonna have to go on a tangent here for people who aren't modders. Everything in the game is, all of the units in the game have a corresponding, what they call an entity, which sort of builds how it functions within the physics of the game. It's a really important file. It's something I always change completely based on latest Total War trends compared to vanilla, and a lot of other people seem to ignore it, which is a huge mistake in my opinion, because it's so important to the feel of the game. And so that's why these guys, these entities these horsemen are using are much quicker than the rest of the guys in the unit, which is why they're kind of speeding ahead and doing kind of this interesting thing that they're doing within the unit. So that's all going to be things that can be changed and can have variation. But again, I'm super excited about where this can go in the future and what we can do with this. I'm going to speed this up a little bit just to show you these guys dismounting here at a certain point whenever I do it. I think look at that, and that wheeling. Oh, God, I love newer modded Total War. The formations, the movement of formations, how they interact with each other is such a big part of these games, in my opinion. It's really lost with the vanilla stuff, but that's okay. So there you go. They're dismounted, and now they're reforming. I kind of had them turn back on themselves, which is why they did this weird thing here. But so there you go. It's completely. I think they can remount. I didn't actually mess with that while I was in game, but it's awesome what we can do with the system now, and I can't wait to. I think there's going to be more stuff that, because of the way they made this Total War, there's going to be more things that modders are capable of, and I'm going to try and figure out as much of that stuff as possible, and hopefully we can have awesome mods in the future. So thanks again, guys.